Hey, Buff Nation, voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson here. Coming up this week at the Buffalo Stampede, we're talking a lot of basketball. What a dominant victory. It was a Rocky Mountain beatdown against the CSU Rams. We're going to talk with Clifford and assistant coach Rick Ray. And the CU women continue to roll as well. They've been dominant the last handful of games. 4 games in a row they've won at 30 or more points. We're going to talk with Tayana Jones and head coach J.R. Payne all this week on the Buffalo Stampede.
Up court, stop and go to the foul line, bounces inside. O'Brien Tams with 2 hands. Shot clock's at 5. Clifford driving down the paint, elevates and slams over the top of Carlier. What did I just see? Holy cow! On the switch picked up by Lawson Leverett. Ball knocked away by Gavin. It's a steal. Up court, uncontested. Look out below. He elevates and he slams.
It was not a Rocky Mountain showdown. It was a Rocky Mountain beatdown as the Colorado Buffaloes win by 28 over Colorado State here at the Event Center. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Buffalo Stampede. Voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. I want to talk to one of the Colorado guys. He knows what this series is all about. Clifford joining us. He's out of Colorado Springs. Well, that had to be a little bit of fun. I mean, the place was electric. Everything was going well for you guys. How about a comment or two about that one?
Oh yeah, it was a really important game for us. You know, we've lost 2 in a row. Had to get back on track, and then being the Colorado rivalry, we understood the importance of that. It gets all the bragging rights, and it was just a really fun environment. Our fans showed out. We appreciate them for that, so it was a really great time.
Well, did you and Luke have to maybe tell everybody what this, because nobody in this roster had ever played. Buffs hadn't played the Rams last couple of years because of the COVID thing, so it's been since 2019. So you have to make everybody understand what this thing's all about?
Yeah, me and Luke understood. Me, Luke, and Julian.
Yeah, Julian.
We understood more than the others. But everyone knew going in how important this game was. We know the rivalry and the history between these 2 schools. And like I said, the bragging rights.
Yeah.
And so me and Luke definitely stressed the importance of it, but the whole team was really on the same page going into the game.
You know, the 4-minute timeout of the first half, this game was tied at 28. 65-37 advantage Colorado the rest of the way. Tad has talked to you guys about consistency. The last couple of games, especially as they got the Pac-12 play, there were about 5-6 minute stretches where you guys kind of fell asleep a little bit, didn't you?
Yep.
That's what this team needs to work on, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
It has been the reason we've lost these last couple games is we've played for 35 minutes instead of a 40-minute game. And so, you know, we got to find that consistency. We're still growing and learning, but we've got back to practice this last week and focus on the things we need to get better at. And I think it paid off tonight, you know, but we got to keep building off of it.
Buffaloes get the lopsided win over the Rams, and we were in the locker room when the team was celebrating with head coach Tad Boyle.
Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Celebrate responsibly.
I hope this reminds you of how good we can be, okay? And you guys responded tonight. Well, what did we talk about? We talked about taking care of the ball, right? We had 8 turnovers. 8 turnovers. We shared the ball. We had 16 assists. Guys, we can be as good as we want to be. We just got to take it upon ourselves, okay? And guys, got your mojo back, got your confidence back, okay? And we that can't ever leave us. That can never leave us, okay? You got to bring this every single time you step on the floor. And in the second half, okay, first minute and a half of the second half, that's when we got it done, okay? And that's how you got to come out of halftime. That's how you do it, okay? And that's I was really, really proud of you. Not just for making shots, okay? I know that we're going to make shots eventually. We got good shooters. You got good players. The key that we have to do is just concentrate on the mission at hand. Contested shots, okay, on defense, and getting great shots for our team on offense. We did that tonight, okay? We took care of the ball. Good job. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family.
Well, that was a celebration in the locker room after the Buffaloes get the lopsided win. We continue with Clifford, 93-65, the final score. Buffs winning the Rocky Mountain Showdown over the Rams. You know, the intensity of this ballgame. I think when you were on with us on radio, you said, you know, you fed up the crowd because the crowd was electric in this ballgame.
Most definitely.
How do you guys, and that's great when we're at home, right? But you got to go on the road here in the Pac-12 in a few ballgames where you're not going to have that kind of atmosphere. How do you guys learn to kind of produce that yourself?
You know, Either way, there's going to be a lot of energy in all the arenas we play in, and we can feed off of it in different ways. Our crowd is cheering us on. We can feed off of that and bring energy to put on a show for them. And when we're on the road, we can take it personal that the fans are going against us and feed off of their energy in the opposite way, basically. So there's no excuses when we go on the road. We got to take care of business. It's a basketball game at the end of the day, and we know what we got to do. Come prepared. Be ready doing the scouting reports and things of that nature.
This guy right here can be an unbelievably disruptive force. Had a couple of block shots in this game. You're long, you're athletic, you get the hands. Does Tan talk to you about that aspect of your game, about, hey, well, I want you to be more disruptive out there, the way you can guard?
Yeah, definitely. They do stress to me that I could be a really great defender, an all Pac-12 defender with my length and athleticism. So you know, I gotta keep building off of that and take that pride in the defensive side, and that leads to offense as well. So defense is something Coach stresses to all of us, but he definitely thinks I could be a really great defender.
Is this something you guys can build on now from this point? I mean, the way you guys play with that kind of consistency, kind of take that. You're off for a week now, but you got North Alabama, then you got UNC, and then you wrap up non-conference play before you jump into Pac-12 play. Could you build off this?
Yes, I think this is a confidence booster for us as a team. We got to keep building off it, like I said, but we can't get complacent with the win. We got to keep learning from our mistakes that we made. We didn't play a perfect game, but we still got things to get better at, and just keep going to practice and getting better, like I said.
All right, now we're wrapping this up. Now get to the books. You got finals coming up.
Yep.
All right, got to get busy and make sure he's eligible for the second semester. That's Nick Clifford. Buffaloes get the lopsided win of the Rocky Mountain Showdown. He had 13 points in the victory for Colorado. Coming up next, we're going to talk with assistant coach Rick Ray.
His final season in Boulder saw him become the fourth player ever to rush for over 2,000 yards on his way to winning a Heisman Trophy. From the University of Colorado, running back Rashaan Salaam.
Another Buffalo in the College Football Hall of Fame. Heisman Trophy winner Rashaan Salaam. The late Rashaan Salaam. That's his mother accepting the award for him, in fact, in New York City, as another Buff goes to the Hall of Fame. Back at the Stampede, Buffaloes rolling in the Rocky Mountain Showdown as they roll over the Rams of Colorado State. Joining us, assistant coach Rick Ray. You're a football guy. Rashaan Salaam, that means something, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Kansas City, so I remember the old Big 8.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You followed that all the time, and for a young man to get 2,000 yards in one season, you have to give him the Heisman.
Yeah, special. Yeah, Rick and I talk football all the time when we're on the road. All right, this basketball game. I mean, I don't think anybody expected this. Colorado came out. It was a dogfight for the first 15, 16 minutes, but Colorado then pulled away. Well, what was the switch that went off there at that 4-minute timeout in the first half?
Well, I tell you one thing that we've really been working on is practices, just taking care of the basketball. We're a young and inexperienced team, so what we started to do was every time you have an individual tournament, go see the roof.
Running a little bit.
You're running a little bit, and then also as a team, once you get pointed 6 turnovers, your whole team had to run. So I think just doing that a little bit and holding guys accountable in practice hopefully has carryover for us in the game.
You guys have talked as a staff with this team about consistency. The last few ball games, there's been a 4, 5, 6 minute stretch we kind of fall asleep. We didn't do that in this ball game. That's the key for this team, isn't it? Finding that consistency for 40 minutes.
Yeah, and the key to consistency is us not giving the ball to the other team.
Yeah.
And so we ignite their fast break with our turnovers, and a lot of those are live ball turnovers, and you just don't have any defense for that. I'd much rather those guys, like, and they get in a situation like that, just pick the ball up and punt it out of bounds so we can set our defense. But the live ball turnovers lead to those inconsistencies.
The last few ball games, we saw it against Washington. We saw it here tonight against the Rams. A little bit of zone has been peppered in here and done very well for Colorado.
Yeah, we're so deep, and what leads to that is when we pick up full court, we call it a 33, and so we go back to a zone. Guys like Julian and Ruffin, those guys come in there and they give us a little bit of fire because we're picking up 94 feet.
Buffaloes get the victory, 93-65 to knock off the Rams. Afterward, we heard from head coach Tad Boyle.
Powered by Ford, cars, trucks, and SUVs built for America, built Ford proud.
We showed tonight how good this team can be. I mean, and again, I want to tell you how much I respect Colorado State. Nico Medved's done a terrific job there since he's been there. They got good players. Our defensive intensity, our energy level tonight was really good. From our first unit to our second unit, the whole everybody that played in the game. So I was really pleased. We shared the ball, and the challenge that I gave our team, you know, after the Washington game, after having 38 turnovers in 2 games, is we got to take care of the ball. And we knew that. We got to make free throws. We know that. The ball's going to start going in at some point. We have good shooters, as long as we're getting good shots. And our guys respond. We have 8 turnovers and 16 assists. And, you know, that when you take care of the ball and you get great shots and then you contest, I thought our defensive intensity, we needed to take Colorado State out of their stuff because they run their stuff well. Tristan responded tonight. Clifford gave us good minutes. Luke O'Brien. Jalen Gabadon, you know, you look at the stat sheet, he didn't do a whole lot. He took 2 big charges on Tanya. Really, really smart plays. So, good win.
There's the head coach of the Buffaloes after the Buffs get the victory in the Rocky Mountain Showdown. We continue with Rick Ray, assistant coach for the Buffs. You got some special guys in this team. KJ Simpson is one of those guys that just on occasion wows you with what he does. 27 points in this ball game. Talk a little bit about how you see him maturing as a point guard.
Yeah, well, he can get a little wild. Sometimes I call him the wild man of Borneo. He had a situation, we went in there and tried to dunk on 3 people. He gets the ball in the corner, he's falling out of bounds. Okay, I'll just shoot this 3. Probably not the best shot and best decision making, but yeah, he went in, and so that encourages him at times. But he's so talented, he's so fast, he's so quick. But what I love about KJ is every single day he comes in, he's got a great personality. He's bubbly, he's exuberant and excited about coming in and practicing at 7:30 in the morning. So we don't ever want to take that away from him.
You know what you're going to get a lot of times out of KJ, out of Tristan DeSilva. They're kind of the cornerstone guys. When you get the role guys, Clifford was very good, 13 points, 4 rebounds in this game. You had Luke O'Brien had 10 points and 4 rebounds. When those guys are coming off the bench and giving you those kind of minutes, that's so productive for this team, correct?
Yeah, and Clifford, I showed him on tape, a lot of times on his finishes, he's above the rim.
Yes.
And I said, if you're above the rim, why not just dunk it? So I showed him a whole bunch of tape of like him being above the rim, and I said, you know who you're named after, right? Dominique Wilkins. And I showed him a film of like Dominique Wilkins. He's above the rim, you're above the rim, just dunk it. I was happy to see him do that tonight.
For our younger viewers, by the way, Dominique Wilkins was one of the great dunkers in the history of the world. I mean, it was just unbelievable. The upside for this team really is kind of fun when you think about it, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And we expected to have our highs and lows when you lose so many guys like Jabari Walker and Evan Batty and people like that were veteran basketball players for us. So we know we'd have our dips. What we got to continue to do is be more consistent.
All right, Buffs get a nice win, 93-65. It's still on the scoreboard. That's assistant coach Rick Ray. Buffs will take about a week off now for finals before they got North Alabama coming in next week. Coming up next, we're talking about the CU women's basketball team, and Tayana Jones is going to join us.
Simpson sets Megan.
Hey, congratulations to Megan Hart from volleyball. Buffs, of course, went on to the NCAA tournament, got beat in the first round by Rice, but Megan ends up on the all-region team here at the University of Colorado, back in the Stampede at the CU Event Center. It's Tay's house. You know, that Tayana Jones joining us. It's a great building, isn't it?
Yes, I love playing here. I mean, and we know we got a new court this year, too.
I know.
So that was
what do you give us your take on the court here?
Honestly, the logo was pretty tough, like the little shadow detail, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, no, it feels good in here. I like the mountains on the side, too.
Yeah.
Real subtle.
Kind of cool. And then, you know, inside the three-point arc, it's a little bit lighter this year.
Yeah. I like it. It's real nice. Make the Pac-12 pop, you know.
Yeah, I like that. So was it kind of cool when they laid this thing down during the offseason? Was it kind of cool the first time you guys got out here?
Yeah, because we walked in. We didn't know what was going on. We didn't really find out until like later on, so that we actually knew they were going to do it. And it was like, oh, snap. We saw like just the whole process. It was like, this junk about to be tight. Yeah. So it was real nice.
Not bad. I like the older one, but this one turned out really kind of cool.
Yeah,
well, you guys are playing phenomenal right now. 8-2?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are. I mean, it's just chemistry. Like, we love to be competitive. Like, we love the game of basketball. I mean, we train so hard every day in practice, you know, and that's how it translates easier to the game, you know. You practice hard, you play hard. So, you know, that's what the coaches have been telling us, and that's what we've been, you know, just trying to make sure we do.
One thing I've always appreciated about JR's program, and you can speak to this, there's a closeness. There's a tight-knit family kind of vibe you guys have, right?
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. Like, that's like our second family from home. Like, and a lot of us are transfers. We've been from other places. And so, like, I mean, I'm on the East Coast, so I'm like the furthest away kind of. So it's like, you know, it's hard for me to be away from my family. But, like, it's so much easier to be a part of a program that, you know, takes you in. And it's always good laughs, good vibes, and it's a good family atmosphere.
Okay, as far as you are away from home, you're out here in Colorado. Give me your favorite thing about Colorado, and then it might be the wind and the cold cold going on today. That might be the worst thing. I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, it'd be kind of cold in North Carolina. I mean, we get snow here and there, but
not like this.
I mean,
though.
it's not like this.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing I had to adjust to, kind of.
Sure.
I would say the food is something I had to adjust to as well. You know, I'm just used to like home cooking Southern. You know, I'm from the South, so you know, I be cutting up with the collard greens, fried chicken.
Sure,
you know. But yeah, so I mean, it makes it better.
Yeah, if you're gonna get that here, you're making it yourself.
Yeah, literally.
Right? Yeah.
Facts.
What's your favorite thing about Colorado?
My favorite thing I would say is probably just the people. I would say just overall, like everybody here is nice. I don't know if it's just like the air, the elevation, or what, but everybody just always in a good mood. You know, everybody's smiling, always welcoming.
Sure.
Also, I think just the college atmosphere too, like the town is always welcoming, and especially when I first got here, I know I'm a transfer, so it was just really nice, and I love it. So
you know what makes people smile? When you win by 30 or more points. Buffs have done that 4 games in a row, including the last one over Southern Utah. And afterward, we heard from head coach J.R. Payne.
Yeah, I keep telling our team, I think we're playing pretty good basketball. I'm excited with every time we've played, you know, the last few games, there's something new that I feel like we're adding, you know, to our game as a team. And thought we played, again, really well tonight. You know, we haven't put 40 minutes together yet, but definitely that's the goal. But I think, you know, we had a lot of contributions. Our 2 point guards, 12 assists, no turnovers, and just a lot of good play tonight, offensively and defensively. We really were trying to prioritize rebounding because these guys are number 4 in the country in rebounding, and I thought we did a great job there. Extremely pleased. It makes offense a lot easier to run and design when you have players that are really confident to shoot the ball from 3. So, I mean, we knew Jada was going to be a shooter, you know, that she could come in and fill that role. And Jalen and Kendall have also both worked a lot on their shots, you know, since last season ended, and have spent a lot of time in the gym, you know, and really being intentional about being better there. And I think that opens things up, you know, and so when you have all these different players that can really shoot with confidence, it makes a huge difference in our flow.
That's head coach J.R. Payne after the Buffaloes knocked off Southern Utah. By the way, they're getting ready to open up Pac-12 conference play next Wednesday at Utah as we continue with Tayana Jones. All right, I got to ask you, how you feel about Coach Prime coming to town?
Coach Prime, the hot topic. Hey,
can you believe that?
Yeah, I can actually, and I like him so much just because number one, not even just the Coach Prime part, but Deion Sanders, like who he is as a man, like just a leader in like the community. I think he's gonna do like some big things, and I'm excited that he's here. And so I'm just ready, honestly, because like I know he's gonna change the program, so it's gonna be fun.
You know, it is interesting because when he played, obviously he's the same age I am. We're both 55 years old, so it was a while ago. But you know of him as an athlete, or do you know of him more so as kind of this iconic cultural figure?
Honestly, it's a little bit of both. Like, I mean, I've never been big on football, but like, you know, when people are great at what they do, you know, you just gonna know. Sure. You're gonna have to, Michael Phelps. Ain't nobody white swimming, but you know, he, you know, same with all these other people out here who do different things. But yeah, no, he's awesome, and I think he's just, like I said, he's versatile as an individual, and I think that's what makes him so special. So yeah, it's gonna be good.
Well, he comes in with a little bit of celebrity, doesn't he? I mean, it's an amazing. Gonna make Saturdays in the fall kind of fun for those of us around here.
Most definitely.
All right, you guys are about ready to jump into Pac-12 conference play. Now you know. Okay, we raised the bar now, right? I mean, you've had a great non-conference slate. Now it's time to get serious, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We locked in. I mean, and honestly, we treat every game as if it's Pac-12. Like, it's not just a turn on, turn off. Like, you know, obviously there's more competition in the Pac-12, but we're ready. I mean, it's just the little details. Like our coaches like always tell us every day, details, and I think that's what we're going to translate. You guys are playing so well offensively right now. Very fun to watch. Tayana Jones and the CU women's basketball team again. They open up next Wednesday at Utah. Coming up next to Stampede, we're going to talk with her head coach, J.R. Payne.
Colorado goal for Savannah Coleman.
Not only is she a great athlete, she's also very smart, as we find out. Savannah Coleman from the soccer team, an academic All-American, back in the Stampede, voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. J.R. Payne, boy, she's loving this area right here, right? The Buffs are playing very well in the paint right now. 8-2 in the season, coming off, what, your 4th 30-point win in a row? You guys are playing fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I hear it's a record. I don't think we've ever held four teams in a row to under 30 points. So yeah, we're defending and we're playing pretty well right now.
You know, just getting ready to talk with Jared tonight, I looked at the box score. Boy, your offensive numbers are outstanding. You're shooting up near 47, 48%. You're holding teams to about 33%. You're rebounding well. anything right now you look at and say, well, maybe this isn't where I want it? I mean, everything looks great on the stat page anyway.
I think we're playing better and better every single day. Every time we take the floor, I feel like we're getting better. You know, we leave a game and I think, man, we played great. I turn on the film and there's still so much work to do because we want to be perfect, you know, in everything that we're doing. But we are playing good basketball. Our players are very receptive right now to what can I do to help us be even better. You know, and that's a pretty cool place to be.
See, that's where those coaches are. They're never happy, right? They'd find flaws in a Mona Lisa, for goodness sakes. But you're playing very, very well. On the defensive end, I've been real impressed when I've watched you guys there.
Yeah, I mean, we take a lot of pride in being a defensive team. You know, we feel like last year that was our biggest strength. We finished #1 in the Pac-12 in defense. And we have a lot of veterans back from that team. So I think we know that we're pretty good defensively. We know that that can help us create offense, and we've really bought into that mindset.
How was the team rebounded? You feel good there?
Yeah. I mean, always we can be better, you know, of course, but people have really stepped up. You know, Tay Jones is someone that we talked to before the season started and said, you can have a huge impact. Not only can you do it, but we need it. And she's taken that very personally. She's #2 on the team in rebounding. She's phenomenal. Quay Miller's been great. And everybody else is going to continue to buy into that.
You know, that's one thing I don't think maybe fans understand sometimes. You sit down, and it's one thing to say to a player, I want you to be better.
Yeah.
But you look at specific players and say, I want you to be better in this area, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's always built around their strengths. What can they do that they can really be excellent in? And that's something that's been important for us.
Oh, the CU women are playing very, very well. They're just about, by the way, to open up Pac-12 conference play next week. By the way, the CU tennis team just got a new recruit, and we want you to meet him right now here in the Stampede.
Today I'm really happy to offer both of you spots on the team and really hope that you will sign it, accept our offer.
We are here to join the CU tennis team. They've had some challenging times in the last couple of years with COVID and Claire's diagnosis of leukemia, and so it's been so great to have this experience, to be able to join a team and be a part of a team, having these female role models and being able to have women to look up to and be able to do things with has just been wonderful.
As we all know, today is a very, very special day for our program. The one common theme about playing tennis here at Colorado is that we ask our players to be fearless, selfless, and to never give up.
Go Buffs!
Thank you so much to Team Impact. It's been an amazing experience, and we are so glad and so fortunate to have it. The role model piece, I think, is really important to them. I am an alum. I graduated from the School of Education several years ago, and so I've just loved Boulder. I've loved CU. The university has been amazing to me, and so it's been great to be able to continue to be a part of the university. We often go to CU events, basketball games and football games, and so it's been wonderful to now be a part of it.
Go Buffs!
Now, Team Impact doing some great stuff there with the CU tennis team back in the Stampede. We continue with head coach J.R. Payne, CU women sitting at 8-2. I want to ask you about a couple of individuals in your team. How about Erinette Von Lay, new player, transfer from Arizona? How's she fit in?
Erinette is phenomenal. You know, she's someone that was a 5-star, kid coming out of high school, led the state of Oregon in scoring. Unbelievably gifted, talented, probably the most athletic player we've ever coached. Wow. Very much just scratching her potential. We think that she could be great, and she's really just learning system. How do we operate? How do we do things? But she's getting better exponentially every day.
Quay Miller, she came in from Washington last year, was a very nice addition.
Yeah.
She kind of seems to have settled in right now. She's really playing well, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean, Quay's someone that has become very reliable. Last year she was excellent icing on the cake. We had Peanut and Maya who had been here and played a ton of games, really consistent, but so Quay could just come in and kind of be Robin, come in and just kind of do her thing and kind of fly under the radar. But being 6th player of the year in the Pac-12, you're not going to do that anymore. She's taken on that role, though, of I'm someone that can be consistent, I can score, I can rebound, I can do everything you need me to do.
Playing very, very well. Just before we had you on, in fact, we had Tayana Jones on.
Yeah.
She's really grown into a phenomenal player.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Tay's someone that we knew coming here from Georgetown was so gifted athletically, was going to be able to do a lot of things, and has just taken time to kind of get situated in our system, how we operate. But I've told a lot of people she's our X factor this year. Yeah. She can really change a game for us. and she's doing that right now.
We talk about those three, and those are transfer, and that's the new world of college athletics. You feel
Yeah.
comfortable with how you kind of approach the transfer portal?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we prioritize culture and sort of who we are over everything. And so when we recruit players out of the portal, we talk about this is who we are, this is what we want to be. Those young ladies have fit in seamlessly.
All right, next up, Pac-12 play, right?
We'll be ready.
Got to jump into it next week. They play on Wednesday at Utah. In fact, they open up against the Utes. That's head coach J.R. Payne. I'm voice of the Bus, Mark Johnson. Thanks for joining us this week in the Buffalo Stampede. We'll talk to you next time.